So the third point for legal change in 2026 is that it is very, very riskier to run an informal business in 2026. You cannot afford to be running a business that is not registered in 2026. You cannot afford to run a business that is not structured in 2026. You cannot afford to run a business that you are not keeping your financial records in 2026. You cannot afford to run a business that is not compliant in 2026. For you to get the best of what is happening as to the new development that is coming on in Nigeria, different benefits and exemptions that is applicable for business owners in 2026, then your business must be registered. Your business must be structured. Informality may be convenient, but it is very risky and it will prone you to more loss in 2026. So the fourth legal changes that you should note in 2026 is that employer and employee must take their relationship seriously. When I mean seriously is that it must be clear the kind of relationship that you are building. Number one, if you are running a freelance, do you have contracts to back it up that the person working for you does a freelance? Because it's a freelance, that means there's some tax you are not paying on behalf of the person. If the person is an independent contractor or a consultant, do you have detailed contracts to back it up? So in 2026, there is a need for more clarity for relationships between employers and employee, because it will protect the employee at the long run. It is very important for us to have clear contracts, clear rules and obligations, clear termination clause, clear expectation, the time frame, the time bound, and dispute resolution to be clear in the contract, so that at the end of the day, everybody knows where they are, and your expectation will be managed by the contract that is binding the both parties. These days, we have so much disputes between employers and employee in courts, and we all know that if proper contracts have been properly drafted, not ChatGPT contracts that have put into consideration the individualities of the parties, the expectation of the parties, the obligation of the parties, the time frame, the force majeure and dispute resolution, the exit plan, the termination clause, and every other important clauses that are peculiar to such engagement have been put into consideration, then disputes will be so limited in 2026. So you will agree with me that you will do better, engage the right professionals in 2026 to draft your contract as is applicable in each project and in each scenario. The fifth point as to legal changes in 2026. Right now, property documentation is very important in 2026. You don't engage on any property that don't have documents. That the property is good and in a very good area does not mean that you should get it. What you must do is to make sure that you have done due diligence about the property. You have verified the documentation. You have dot your T's and your I's, and a professional is involved in the documentation to make sure that you are doing the right thing. We all agree that when it comes to property acquisition in Nigeria, if you don't make right decision, then you are going to lose a lot of money, thousands of naira, millions, I can tell you. So it is very important for you in 2026 to be sure that your property is verified, documentation check, verification check before you pay any money. Legal changes in 2026. Number 6. The sixth legal changes that you must know in 2026 is that Digital life now has legal consequences. Gone are the days when we talk about written contracts. Now, online chats, I want to buy something on Instagram, WhatsApp correspondence, e-signatures, digital footprints can make you or can make you. So it is very important for you in 2026 to be conscious of what you do online, on the transactions that you engage in online, on the informations that you share online, because all these things are admissible in court. Contracts can be admissible through your WhatsApp chats. So at the end of the day, your phone can be tendered as an exhibit in court. So it is very important in 2026 to be careful about the digital footprints that you leave behind. The seventh legal changes that you must know in 2026 is that ignorance of law is no more an excuse. It is more dangerous. So you cannot afford to still be living in the past. You cannot afford to not be abreast of the law and everything that affects you. You cannot afford not to engage professionals when you want to do things. Whether you want to do transactions, a proper professional to engage is a lawyer. When it has to do with filing of your taxes, you know that you need to engage a tax professional. In 2026, you cannot be spam foolish and just want to do things for yourself. Engage a professional to help you to do things right, and seek knowledge where you need to, or pay for it where you need to. In 2026, ignorance of law or ignorance cannot be an excuse or an exemption, and it can destroy you if you are not careful or affect your business. I hope you have learned a lot. We've shared 7 legal changes that we affect you as Nigerians, that can affect your business in 2026. We've talked about tax, we talked about employer and employee relationship, we talked about digital footprints, we talked about ignorance, we've talked about different things, and I believe that if you watch our video, you will see all these things that we have mentioned, and I believe that it is to your knowledge. So run along, share this with your friends, with your family, your sister, your friends, your frenemies, and know that the law and I has dropped another video that will make you work better and achieve a lot in 2026. Thank you for joining us again. The Law and I is where law is made simpler and life is made better. See you another time.